guys, Ann here, and today we have a little car vlog. It is 5:52 on Monday. I just got to, well, not just, but I did a vlog earlier, a sit down vlog, like sitting outside, and I updated you guys on my date. And I have it actually, as you're watching this, I actually had that uploading to YouTube now, but you guys already seen it. And I cooked dinner. I just made spaghetti real quick. And now I'm on my way to Walmart because I have to get milk. I got to get chocolate syrup and just a few other things. And I just want to get everything done because tomorrow I have some stuff coming in the mail that I need to film. That way I don't have to go anywhere and I can just film. Why do I look so bright? I don't know. What is going on here? I don't know. Anyway, I always say things and then in editing I'm like, you look fine. I don't know. Yeah, and so that's the plan. That's it. I'm not even gonna spend $100. No, I am not. I just, like I said, I just need a couple things that I just need to get. And I'm debating. I have not had a Wendy's salad in like maybe 2 months, a month and a half. It's been a minute. The last time I had a Wendy's salad was the time that I complained about it when I did a walk and talk at the city park, and I was saying how expensive they were. How long ago was that? That was before I hurt my arm and everything, I believe. So yeah, almost 2 months, because I've been buying my own stuff to make salad, but we don't have any more left, and I do not feel like going to ShopRite to get everything that I need. So I'm craving a salad. I know I just made spaghetti, but I'm craving a salad. So I'm debating. I don't know. I got issues, okay? So today has been, I woke up around 8 o'clock. Well, like I always get up with Isaiah because today he had to be at work at 6. He works 6 to 4 today. And so he left at like 5:40. Anyway, I got up around 5:15, and I drank some coffee with him. Like I make like a small cup. And then I go back to sleep for like an hour. And then I get up. That's when I make another cup of coffee, but like a regular cup of coffee. And I don't know. It's supposed to rain, so it was like one of those days, like a vlog day, but like of course I did some cleaning in the house and stuff, but I'm looking at my walls like I still need to paint the bathroom. I want to do a few things like fix the kitchen because I bought the backsplash and different things. I want to paint the walls. I've never painted the walls. They're just white. And so in the front we have a porch, and then in the back we have like a small porch that's like closed in, right, with screen and everything. But I want to redo that, and that really needs to be updated because like the floor is kind of like getting dry rotted. You know, like I said, the house was built in 1900, and my grandmother's husband did some work to it, but it's been many years. I mean, my grandmother was in her 90s when she passed. My mom was on hospice, so they really didn't do updated some stuff, you know. And I want to like put new flooring in and fix it up, and I want to make that like a filming room, like when I do live streams, you know. I asked the kids if they mind because it's not being used at all, you know. And they're like, no, do whatever you want with it. So I figured, oh, that'll be nice. That way I'm outside in the back. So like if I am, that stops me from going live a lot, because when the kids are home, even though I can face like in my dining room where you don't see them, but like I don't want to tell them like, oh, be quiet, or I'm going live, or, you know, you can't play your music, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know. So, and I can always go live in my room, but I figured if I have like a space there where they don't have to walk through it or anything, and then also like if the dogs want to be outside, you know, we have the fenced in thing, I think it would be good. So I got to replace that floor and just some minor things, you know. What was my point? I don't even know why I brought that up. I have no idea. All right, let me go to Walmart. I'm telling you, I'll just be talking about absolutely nothing. I'll be back. You're not going to believe what I just realized. Remember I cleaned out the trunk so there's no bags or anything, and then I went shopping. I had to buy some bags here. And of course, you bring them in the house, but I never brought them back in the car. Oh gosh, I'm only getting a few things, so I'm not going to put anything in bags. I probably literally have, I'm not kidding, over 100 bags. Only me. All right, I'll see when I get in the store. Okay, I was going to say I'm at Walmart, duh. I am heading to the clearance aisle, and look what I found, like angel wings. You. They're so cute. All right, Lexi asked me the other day, she was like, Mommy, are we going to hand out candy this year for the trick-or-treaters? I'm like, if you want to. She's like, do you want to dress up? I'm like, now you're going a little bit too far. All right, let me look on here and see what we got. Same old stuff. Okay, I'm back. Let me tell you why I stopped filming. I started, when I got out of the car and I was walking to the car, I started feeling a little shaky, and I thought, is my sugar dropping? But, you know, I just thought maybe I was sweating a little bit. I don't know. And I'm like, what did I eat today? And the only thing I had, well, I had coffee. But, well, that's not eating. But, you know, I drank that. And then I had a bagel. That's it. That's all that I had all day. Cinnamon raisin bagels. I love. And anyway, so as I'm walking the store, I can feel myself getting cranky. And I'm getting hungry. And now I'm shaking. Like, where you're going to feel like you're going to pass out. Because I can feel my sweat coming. So I hurried up, I got my stuff. I only spent, where is it? I don't know where my receipt is, but I only spent $66 and change, so $67. That's good for me, you know that. So I just got the stuff that I needed and left, right? And I went at the counter, I bought me a Milky Way, and these are the big ones too, and I like gouged it as I was walking to the car. Didn't even bag my stuff. Like, I didn't even get a bag. I just put everything in the seat. But I'm starting to feel better now. That was terrible. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't eat that one. But listen, when your sugar is dropping and you're shaky and you're sweating and you're out in public and you're trying to get to the car, you feel like you're going to pass out. The first thing you want is sugar. That's what your mind tells you. And I know, I mean, really, like what my endocrinologist always says, start drinking milk and different things, you know, like slowly go. Because what I just did, I shocked my system. So my sugar's dropping. Now I eat something that has a lot of sugar and I'm shocking my system. So right now I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'll start, by the time I get home, I'm going to be feeling nauseous and all that stuff. But when you're going through that, you know, like people say, well, like, yeah, I do. I have peanut butter crackers in here and stuff, but I didn't think I was going to make it to the car. But even when you're like that, it's like you'll eat 2 and 3 packs, even though until you stop feeling it. I can't explain it. It's a horrible feeling. And I'm just glad I wasn't driving when that happened. So that's what that is. But I did get this. I'm on a kick with this Reese ice cream. Now, when I say I eat like a bowl or 2 a day, like I don't eat a whole bowl. Like I just get a couple scoops. But let me just show you. I had it on the floor. My Reese's ice cream. This is so good. This is by Breyers. And right here, Reese peanut butter. And it is peanut butter ice cream. Pure peanut butter ice cream with chunks of Reese cups in it. And sometimes the Reese cups are like really big where you're like, I mean, it is definitely worth the money. Because Reese cups alone, if you get them, they're expensive. And I'm telling you, it is so good. It is my favorite ice cream I ever had in my life. I am telling you, like, I'll eat a whole gallon by myself. Like, you know, it's crazy. All right, I'm just going to go home because that I had my sugar attack. Not full blown, thank God. I know I'm going to start feeling nauseous, and I really don't want to drive and vlog when I'm feeling like this. So I'm going to get off of here. I will continue the vlog tomorrow, but you'll see it all in one day, you know. I'll try to get this uploaded tomorrow for you, which will be... I always get confused because when I film the day prior and I say tomorrow, but when you guys are watching it, it's today. You guys know what I mean. I'll add to it. Okay, bye. Okay, this is 2 days later. Today's Wednesday. I don't know what that was. Today is Wednesday. It is beautiful out. It is exactly 70 degrees. I could have probably put like maybe a hoodie on or something, but I love this type of weather. Yes, I do. I just got done filming some unboxings for my other channel, the Just Ann channel. But I think, because I haven't even edited that vlog yet, so the same day that I filled you in for the first date tea, that night I went to Walmart and just to get a few things, right? Because I knew I had like my ColourPop mystery box and different things coming yesterday. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get everything done. What was that? Sunday, right? Or today's Wednesday. So Monday, I'm like, let me get everything done. So for Tuesday, I can just focus on filming and I don't have to go anywhere. Okay. Well, Monday, so when I went, I had like a sugar attack. I was getting out of the car, and as I was getting out of the car, I felt like I was getting a little like sweaty, hot, a little shaky, but I thought maybe because I had the hoodie on and I was feeling warm, you know how like it, you know, whatever. And so like I remember like talking in the vlog in Walmart and stuff, and I could feel myself starting to get a little shaky, but not too bad. Well, as I was shopping, that's why I didn't film too much in there. I was like, I think my sugar's dropping. Like that's definitely what's happening. And then I thought, why? And I thought, you know what? The only thing I had that morning, because it was what, like 6 o'clock at night or something like that when I went to Walmart. The only thing I had all day that day was a bagel, and that was early in the morning, like 10 in the morning. That's it. And that's why. When you're diabetic, you know, you have to eat, you know, at least they say like around 6 times a day, but like small things. But at least you got to eat more than once, just a bagel, because even if you're not hungry, like I wasn't hungry, and I don't eat unless I'm hungry, right? Unless it's that Reese's ice cream, which we'll get into a minute. But so my sugar just dropped. So sometimes you still have to put something in your system, right? And I remember at checkout, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. And so they didn't have like hardly anything, but they had like, it was a king size Milky Way. And I'm not too fond of Milky Ways, but they're okay. I prefer a Snickers. Every time I think of Snickers, I think of that commercial. Remember, I don't even know if they still have it, where it'd be like an older person. I remember Betty White did it, and you took a bite of the Snickers bar or something like that, and they turn young, and I don't know. Anyway, just remind me of that. But and you know, those damn things are $2 now. I was like, what in the world? Anyway, and so as I'm paying for it, and I got, you know, put everything in the car, I didn't even bag anything, ask for a bag, nothing. And literally before I even get out of Walmart, so I'm pushing the car, I already paid for everything, everything's in my car. I'm pushing, you know, before you go to that door, the greeter where they have to show the receipt, I'm like eating that thing because I didn't think I was gonna make it to the car. And so I'm like eating it. And I know a lot of people say, well, you know, that's the worst thing to do. You should carry this on you or carry that on you, which it is. But let me just tell you something. When you're in that state, and if you've never been in that state, you don't know. But if you know, you know. When you feel like you're about to pass out and your sugar's dropping and you're shaky and you break out in this sweat and you feel like you're going to faint, your mind just says, I need something, some sugar. I need something to eat. Because just regular food, you know, your mind's like, I need something sweet so it'll raise my sugar, which is probably the worst thing to do at the time. Because what happens is if your sugar's dropping, right, if you're diabetic, and then you eat something that's very sugary, then you shock your system, right? The sugar, you're raising your sugar up too fast. But when you're like that, where you're ready to pass out, you don't care. You just want something, like, give me something. And so I get into the car because I already ate the Milky Way. I already ate it by the time I got to the car. I mean, I didn't even like put anything in a bag when I got to my car. I just put everything in the back seat without bags or anything. And I was starting to feel a little bit better because I could feel my sugar going up. And then I just ended it. And I was going to that night, then like, you know, say my goodbyes and, you know, all that stuff. But then I was nauseous the whole night because, again, you shock your body. And so anyway, then I was going to finish the vlog up yesterday, but then Isaiah, he had a migraine. And so when you're upstairs, right, the bathroom is, you go past all the kids' room, right? Or like if you're going up the steps, it's like right there. So anyway, I'm going past his room and I hear him saying, Mom, you know, they stretch out that, and he's 20, that, Mom, Mom, right? And I was like, hold on, I gotta pee, because I knew it wasn't an emergency. Like, you know your kids the way that they say it. And so anyway, I go in there, I'm like, what's the matter? And he's like, I got such a headache. But he had like the covers over him. It was pitch dark, so he probably had a migraine. And I was like, well, are you not feeling good, or do you have a headache? Because, you know, like, you need to know so you know what type of medicine to give him, right? And he was like, just a bad headache. And so I gave him some medicine, and then, I don't know, maybe later on that night, about 10 o'clock at night, he started feeling better. And listen, I ain't making fun of him, because you guys know if I'm sick, I act like I'm dying, okay? I'm the biggest baby. But when somebody else acts like that, I'm like, oh my God, will you pull it together? But I'm just as bad. And then Lexi, she was throwing up all day. I'm like, what in the world? So she feels better. Now today, she went to work today, and she is still feeling a little nauseous, but she's not throwing up or anything. So I was dealing with that. So my whole point is, you guys know I make long stories, okay? That's why I didn't film anything yesterday. So today I got up and I'm like, I'm filming my mystery box and all of that stuff. Plus I like want to know what's in there, because I always do first impressions when I do unboxings. And I know you don't have to do it. It's not a rule, like you got, you know, but for me, I enjoy doing that, because if you even read my description, and I put that description 7-8 years ago when I started the channel, like, I want it to, when I'm doing an unboxing, or if I'm reviewing something, or what have you, it's like we're all at the table, all of us girlfriends or whoever, you know, all of us friends are at the table, drinking our coffee or whatever you drink, and we're just opening up like, oh my God, you know, like a first impression, like we're all friends. And that's what I like to do, right? That you guys are at my table, and we're like, and I'm just being honest, you know, like talking to friends. And so anyway, sometimes it's like, oh, what's in there, you know? So I got that done, and then I did another unboxing really quick. And I'm like, before the boys get home, you know, because they both get done work at 4. Isaiah's been going in at 6. Sometimes he even goes in at 5 now, but to get like overtime and stuff. So I figured, let me finish up the vlog before they get home. The other day, I raked a little bit of the leaves, but of course, doesn't look like I did, because we have all these trees here, and it's definitely fall weather in Jersey, you know, like I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like windy a little bit, but like a nice breeze. I love it. So I have an idea. Now, I've been talking about this tree that I hate, how long? For about 2 years, saying I was going to fix it up and make it look all pretty. I ain't did a damn thing to it yet. Let's keep that real, right? Okay, be prepared. I'm going to repeat myself like I typically do, because I forgot what I said in the other day when I was car vlogging. Oh my God, I'm looking to see all these spider webs. But I have an idea, because I'm like, I want to start doing live streams. But what stops me from doing live streams, yeah, I could do it in my room, but then I don't want to have like the dogs up there and let them feel cooped up. And I don't want to, like, do live streams downstairs, because then I feel like if the kids want to come down, or if they come in the house from going out, or, you know, like, because it's like you can't, I don't know, I just don't want to disturb them. I don't know, you guys know I overthink. So we have a porch in the front, but it's not screened in, but it's like a nice, you know, porch, wooden porch. But in the back we have a little porch, and it's like screened in a little bit. But it's very small, like the back porch. Like, it's not very wide, and it's long. I don't know how to explain it, but it has not been like, the floor is wood, but it's getting a little dry rotted. You know, this house was built in 1900, and with my mom and grandmom, I mean, they didn't really do a lot of stuff with the house. You know, they were both on hospice. My grandmother was damn near 92 when she passed. A couple months later, she would have been 92. And so I'm going to get the floor fixed, because that won't cost but nothing, because it's not too big. Put some flooring down, you know, like those ones you just snap together. Well, I'm going to get the wood, the base wood fixed first. Do that, and then like make it look nice, or what have you, and do live streams out there. Because Tyler mentioned that to me. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then that way, if the dogs want to go outside, they can just go down the steps, and we have the fenced-in yard. I'm like, that is a great idea. Because then I could be outside doing my live streams, and there's a little light right there, you know, and it's like screened in, so I don't have to worry about bugs and different things, you know. But The only thing if it rains, because it's a screen, you'll get rained on. But I'm like, yeah, that is a great idea. So that's what I'm going to do. And then if I ever want to film, I could just film there. And I love being outside. So I'll be probably, like, when I don't have anywhere to go or anything like that, I most likely probably will be, like, doing this type of stuff outside. You know, I haven't really been driving a lot because of my ankle. My ankle still has that big bump. It's right under my ankle bone. And I'm just scared. I have not been to the orthopedic doctor. I have not. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm scared they're going to say I need surgery again. I am. But I have to go. I know I have to go. I have my ankle brace on, and it feels a lot better. But sometimes I can feel that burning when I do too much up and down the steps, or if I'm just standing there doing dishes. So there's something definitely wrong. 100%. I know that. I mean, you should not have a big bump underneath your ankle bone. You know, it's like so swollen. It looks like a big, I don't know how to explain it. And so I know something's wrong. So anyway, it's my right foot, and you drive with your right foot. And so a lot of times that holding on the brake, if it's a red light, or just the gas and you're driving, it starts to hurt. So I haven't been doing a lot of driving. Not just going up and down, like if I have to go to Walmart or what have you, that's okay. But that's why. And I haven't been doing a lot of walk and talks. But I think, like out here, I love it. But I still want to do something because I just enjoy walking and just showing you guys the scenery. So I had to figure that all out. But for the meantime, it'll be all right, you know, just out here chilling. Chilling like Rob Dylan. No, that's not how it goes. How did it used to go? I'm chilling like a villain. Yeah, I'm chilling like a villain. Remember we used to say that? But yeah, other than that, nothing's going on. I've been talking to my friend. I told you we're going to go on a second date. I told him, like, let's go, like, bowling or something like that. Like, do something. I just like activities and doing something. He's like, yeah, I don't care. As long as I spend time with you, I don't care what we do. And so, you know, that is that. I do want to, you know, when I talked about the first date, I do want to say this, because I get little comments that just, I want you to know, like, when I talk to him, I don't talk about my ex-husband, and he doesn't talk about his ex-wife. I complain a lot to you guys, right? Because, you know, I'm just like talking like as my friends, right? You know, and that's how I would talk to my friends, and that's what I consider you guys, like my YouTube family, my friends. I always tell you guys, this is like my therapy. Not that I consider you my therapist. I don't want to get that twisted, but you know, like I could just talk and vent and rant or what have you, and that's what that is. But when I'm talking to him, like, he doesn't ask me questions, I don't ask him questions, I don't compare him to my ex-husband. I just think sometimes I talk about it. Sophie, I'm going to call you out. I cracked up laughing. She goes, you know, I'm not mad that you talked about your date for 2 minutes and the rest about your ex-husband. And I was like, that is so true. Because when you're filming, at least for me, and I'm just talking, I don't realize, because I'm just talking, I don't realize how long, like, the video is, or how, you know, you just don't know because I'm just talking, and I'm a talker. But I think sometimes when I talk out loud, I think better. Does that make sense? Like, if you ever hear me, like, in the car when I'm driving, I'll talk to myself and say, all right, should I go to ShotRite first, or should I do this? You know, like I do that. Well, that's how it is when I talk about this. Like, this is what happened. This is what I experienced. These are the red flags, and I don't want to settle. I don't want this to happen again because of this. I went through this and this. Does that make sense? It's like that. And it probably does sound repetitive, and it probably gets on you guys' nerves. I know that. But it's a healing process for me. When I speak about it or talk about it, it's a healing process. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it is. I'm still healing. I'm still very hurt. You know, just with everything that happened. You know, it's not just like, and divorce is hard. You know, you got to remember, I knew my ex-husband since I was 14. Now, we didn't date until I was in my 30s. I was 35 when we got, 35 and 36 when I got married. You know, but I've known him for a long time, and as much as I did, and I always was in the middle, and with him and my children and just different things, just how it ended is very hurtful. If it would have just been like he's leaving, or I say, all right, you need to go, or what have you, and that was that, you know, it could be civil. But just everything, towards the end, the marriage was really bad. He was threatening me, like, oh, I'll, you know, whatever, balling his fists up. Now, let's keep this real. He never once put his hands on me. He never once called me out of my name, like called me bitches and this and that, ever. I don't know what he did behind my back or to other people, but to me, never. The worst he ever said to me was like, shut the fuck up. Let's keep that 100. But when I say walking on eggshells, it's that arguing and then pacing and antagonizing, and the threats were coming, you know, like that. Like, shut the hell, watch your mouth, or, you know, or just threatening, you know, to hit me or what have you. And so it was getting like that, where I've shared this, that sometimes, because in my room, in the attic, I don't have a lock. And so I would, when the kids were at work or not home, I would go in their room where I could lock the door, where he wouldn't come in and out. So it wasn't like I would go in the room because I was scared of him. No, I had no fear of him. It was that. It would make me nervous. And you guys got to remember, I had literally just had a heart attack. So my nerves and everything, I don't want to hear it. You know, it made me nervous. He was like a toddler. He threw tantrums, and so that's why I say. And then what happened between him and my son, and all of that, and pressing charges, and then trying to put a restrainer on me. He tried to get me out of my mom's house. He put a restrainer on my son to try to get my son out of the house, which it worked for a little bit, because he's technically still living here, even though he wasn't here. And then we finally asked the judge, can, you know, Tyler come home, because he's not living there. There's no, but I had to get a restrainer on him first. I had to beat him to it, because if he got one on me first, then I would have had to get out of my own mother's house. And so that type of stuff, when it's like, this was my mother and grandmother's house. You know, it just, it was just very hurtful how it ended. And then, like I said, with the divorce, how I found it, it's just a lot, that I'm very hurt, I think. And I'm not going to say I didn't love him. Of course I loved him. I started despising him, absolutely. And I am not perfect either. I have a mouth when I'm mad. Let's get that 100. But, you know, I never cheated. I never did any disrespect to him, like with other men and different things like that, ever. And I was a good wife. And I put up with a lot of stuff, more than what most women would put up with. And I really, you know, I stayed a lot too, because of the health insurance is really good. Let's keep that 100. But I also wanted the marriage to work, you know. I thought, well, if the kids get older, you know, if that's, you know, and they'll have I don't know. I just kept hoping things will get better. I told you before, I said to him one time, I'm like, if you don't like my kids, just act like you do. Act like you're happy. He would come home and just complain. Remember, we didn't have heat? He would complain. It's so cold. And it's like, well, then get it fixed. You know what he did one time? I'll never forget this. I thought he was having somebody come over to see what was wrong with the heat. No, he had somebody come over to get estimates, to get this fixed, change this over, which things needed to be. Like, we have oil heat. We need to get it transferred to gas. I don't have a tankless water heater, water thing, which so that, you know, so we need that, you know, so that way, like, the hot water always stays hot in the shower, right? The things needed to be done. But it came to like $24,000. Now, I could have got it financed, but no, I just want, what? He was like, well, there's enough money coming in this house, meaning my money and my kids' money. He didn't want to put in a dime. He would say, well, I have the ideas. I understand that, but we can't afford that right now. Like, just rig it and get it fixed so that we have some type of heat. That's all that I wanted at that time. And so it would be stuff like that. Like, he complained, but he never wanted to put money. He would have people come over to get this done and this done and this done, which is great. But it's like, if I'm struggling now, I'm not going to add extra bills that I may not be able, you know, and it wasn't my kid's responsibility. Like, you want to be up here. He always believed the man, the wife, and then the children. And then, you know, like, your parents and your friends and all that. Well, okay. But if you want me and the kids to pay for everything, my kids aren't going to respect you and have you up here. So, and then his excuse was, well, if you're paying it, I'm paying it because we're married. No. So it was that type of stuff. He would put bills after bill, you know, and just add on things. And one time, I'll give you another example. One time, he thought for taxes would be great to have like the attic as my own office. So we had through the cable company to have like this, my own like have that there. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. This is during COVID. First of all, I didn't want anybody in the house, but I'm like, I know I'm not going to be able to afford it, an extra bill. And I was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want anybody coming in there having an extra internet and Wi-Fi and all that. Now, I understand you could use that for the taxes purposes because it's my office, but I didn't need an extra bill at that time. You know what? He did it anyway. He goes, well, I'll pay for it. And I knew, I should have known, he never paid not one bill. And guess what? It got disconnected. Thank God I was able to get that handled where it didn't go on my credit. But it was like stuff like that. He did whatever he wanted to do and then wanted me or the kids or somebody to pay for it. And it was like that. I mean, I can go on and on. And so, but my point is, you know, I'm still healing. And he still tries to contact me. The other day it was on Messenger, and he still watches all of my videos. It's like, why are you watching my videos? Didn't you move on? You cheated how many times? You acted inappropriate how many times? Which is very hurtful too, you know. You moved on right away, so why are you still trying to contact me? No, I don't want to call you. You know, give me a call. No, I told him no. Now, I blocked him off of everything except for certain things, just in case there's something wrong with the kids or something like that. But other than that, no, leave me alone. No. You know, I've said in a video, because I know he watches everything that I say and do, like, I wish him all the best. I hope he meets somebody that treats him good. Now, for the longest time, I wish that he met somebody that he really cared about that hurt him. But no, I wish him, because I'm happy and I'm at peace and I'm, you know, I mean, I'm healing, but you know, it's like, no, I want you happy. Leave me alone. Stop trying to contact me. That should tell you right there I ain't lying about nothing, you know? But in his eyes, he thinks I'm exaggerating because he's like, I did, you know, he said, he made a video which he deleted. Some of you guys have seen it. He was like, well, if it wasn't for me, I'm the one who paid taxes every year. He's talking about because YouTube doesn't take taxes out, right? And so he did work and taxes got taken out. And so otherwise I'd be paying a whole lot in taxes, right? And so like that's what he's talking about, like every year. Okay, so well, that's what you're supposed to do when you're married. We file it together, okay. Then he would talk about just different things he would throw in my face, like, oh, he paid for insurance, which wasn't that much, but health insurance that came out of his check. Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? I paid for food and everything else, the food that you ate, the house that you lived in, the electric, that you can go in the refrigerator anytime you want, take a shower. Like, what? I mean, but like he wanted brownie points because he had health insurance. I mean, before we got married, I had health insurance, so did the kids. Now, it was Medicaid. Let's keep that a buck. But we all had insurance at the time. So it's like, stop. Even though he did have better insurance. Let's keep that real. He works in education. But it was stuff like that. But what did you pay every month? What bill did you pay every month? Like electric, the house taxes, food. I'm not talking about once in a great while you get 20 pounds of chicken at the store. I'm talking about every month. None. I don't know. You see, every time I bring him up, you see I can go for 15, 20 minutes. What is it, like 20 minutes now? And talk about him. It's like, ooh. So my point is, I don't talk to the new guy about my ex-husband. We don't talk about that type of stuff or anything like that. Anyway, I don't know what I go on. It seems like every time I do these type of videos, I either complain, go and rant, I vent. I don't know. It's all your fault. I'm going to blame it on you guys. Oh, really quickly. I've been talking about this Reese's ice cream. I'm telling you guys need to try it. It's from Breyers. It is so good. It's, you know how some ice creams, like, it's like, say there's like Snickers ice cream, right? But it's like vanilla ice cream and it might have some caramel or fudge or whatever. This is not vanilla ice cream. This is peanut butter ice cream. Tastes just like peanut butter. And it has chunks of Reese cups. And like some of them are big chunks where you're like chewing on it. It is definitely worth the money because now a Reese cup bar is like $2, $3. You know, I am telling you, it's so good. I eat almost a bowl every day, just about. Sometimes two. Now, when I say that, I only take a couple scoops, okay? I don't eat a whole big bowl of ice cream. But I'm telling you, I probably put on about 5 pounds. I have to stop buying it because I'll eat it all by myself. It is delicious. So when I went to Walmart, I went and bought it again because I ran out. I wish I never even tried it because I have never tasted a better ice cream in my life. Get it and try it and let me know what you guys think. I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to get off of here tomorrow. I have a guy coming to give me an estimate. So we have this fence here. And you know, I tell you, there's an alleyway right here where people come and park. And we don't have a lot of space. So I have a fenced in yard. This one here just goes all the way down, but I want to, because I have a neighbor over here, they already moved, but the house is for sale, so now I want to get on that side, the same thing, and go all the way down, so that way it's like my own little yard. And now in my city, They haven't made the rule yet, but it's coming. They're talking about it. Depending on what type of dog you have to get a 6-foot fence. So I'm like, I'm not going to get a 4.5-foot fence or whatever it is. And then in time, they're going to tell me you have to change it because they're expensive. You know, it's like $10,000. It's expensive for fences nowadays, at least they're in Jersey. And so anyway, that's why I figured we'll go ahead and get that. So we're going to just get an estimate just to bring the fenced in yard. I don't know how to, I would show you, but I have to keep some things privacy because, you know, people like to look up your stuff. That's very naive. I'm telling you, I didn't think people did that type of stuff. Anyway, so that's that. So I'll try to vlog probably in the morning. Maybe like I'll do like where I'm gonna like cook breakfast. Would you guys like that if I just do like a day in my life? I could do that. Like where I'm cooking breakfast or what have you. I don't know. And like during the day and just stuff. Let me know because I also want to do vlogs in the house too, but I always think I'm boring. I'm like, well, what do I see? I never know what to talk about, and then so I just start talking about other things, and then I start venting. You know, I don't have like topics. You know, so all right, I'm gonna get off of here so I can try to. Well, I am gonna edit, but I'm gonna try to get it up because it takes hours for some reason to upload to YouTube. So that way I can get this up for you tonight. Today is Wednesday. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. Do as I say, not as I do. Bye, guys.